Hello, everyone. I'm Allison. Whoa.
I know how you like to be in the first chair.
Should have taken a Dramamine before this show.
Wait, is my audio okay? I didn't put headphones in before starting live.
Yes, and once again, exhibiting how professional my weekly meltdown is. We do mic checks
Sorry.
and play musical chairs with where we are when we go live. Hello, everyone. I'm Allison. With me, as always, is Tyler, and Beth will be along with us shortly. And hello to Dominic Summers in the chat. So we were just talking, making some small talk before Beth gets here. We're going to be covering Survivor 50 when it premieres in the fall. And also, we did a cast kind of first peek. Go check that
First
out.
impressions. Yeah.
First impressions. We'll do more of like a draft later on when it's closer to time. But this is just like a Brantsteele, just for fun. And we were talking before the show about my hair because I just washed my hair before the show.
It's like a Pantene commercial.
It's like a Pantene commercial, and I said it's just fluffy and frizzy because second day hair is better. It's like a Pantene commercial. It reminds me of when Sofia Vergara used to do those Head and Shoulders commercials.
I was gonna say Eva Longoria. I feel like she's always in those too.
Yeah, and I'm like, bitch, you have never washed your hair with Head and Shoulders, and it looked like that.
Yeah.
No, stop it. But yeah, so anyway, that was my joke, and it's not this. It's not a bear in my head. So while we're waiting on Beth, guys, if you're new to the channel, this is the 10th anniversary season of my weekly meltdown. Hello, Sam, in the chat. And every episode, I'm kind of throwing in old snippets from my show, the early days. And I found a couple of little ones. The first one's like a minute, 15 seconds. And then the second one is really old school when I covered Gotham season 2. Wow.
Season 1.
Season 1. Well, I don't even know what I would get so worked up over Gotham. I would get so pissed off because the detectives in the early season never wore effing gloves. I mean, I go, oh, here we go. It's Jim Gordon. It's just checking out the crime scene without gloves. I mean, and I would get so mad about it. I mean, I really would. And it was because I'm so passionate about what I'm watching. Oh, Beth's here.
Wait, she said to wait until we're done with this.
Oh,
we're so professional here.
So professional. So I'm going to show a clip real quick. I have Tyler's first appearance, but I'm saving our first appearance. We're going to do separate shows. I think we've talked about interviewing each other kind of thing. I've got Beth.
That'd be a good place to do that.
I got Beth's first appearance, and I've got, and this is a lot of research I've had. God bless. I need to pay myself. And I found Tyler's. You want to see my first? Go back and watch the show from a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to show this. I used to film my son. This is about 10 years old. Maybe, yeah, about 10 years old. It's me eating in a Chinese restaurant, or I'm sorry, is it Asian food restaurant? What is the PC way to say?
Chinese food, you can say
okay.
It's Chinese food.
I was in a Chinese food restaurant.
But valid question.
Thank you. And it was so good. It's so good. It was a buffet. My stomach doesn't do good with buffets when it comes to Chinese food, but it's worth the pain at 3 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, so my son at the time, who was 18, and he's like, he made it to 19 after this, and my little nephew was 9, both started to do impressions of me. Like out of the blue. Like, let's just make fun of Allison. So I hope you can hear it. Let me pull it up. Hold on. It takes Allison 20 minutes to present her screen. Okay. Do you guys see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What if this gets flagged for copyright? Wouldn't that be so funny?
Well, there's no music unless the Green Day shirt he has on is a problem. I don't know. So, okay, let me make sure the volume. All right. I was trying to figure out how to do like Closed captions, but I can't. Okay, so here we go. Oh God.
Jacob, do you have ice cream in the fridge? Man, all I was thinking about at work was coming home to that ice cream
It's true.
all day long, and I come home and you eat
You'd eat mine.
my ice cream. That is my ice cream. It's for me.
I do not.
I speak the truth.
Hashtag, yeah, do.
Me and Allison and Mother, y'all go ahead and have a field day.
What? It's up my nose. It's right here.
Did you bring all the dishes down from your room? Are you sure? There's no dishes up there. There's not like a cup or anything. So if I go up there right now, there's gonna be no dishes. Really? Okay, let's go up there. Come on. Go up there. Come with me. We're going up there together. What's that?
That's
And
why
that.
they wanted me to
This over
go.
Here. Bring those down. See, I knew you had dishes. I know. Bring the dishes down. She didn't say anything about towels.
What'd you say about that, Blake?
That was like
They know me so well.
Oh, that was cute.
You also have some great actors in the family.
Oh, hold on. What the
I don't know what that was. I don't know. All right.
Stop!
I'm good.
Stop playing. Okay. So, did y'all hear that? Okay.
Yeah, no, that was cute. That was good. That was a good throwback clip.
My son didn't know. Well, first of all, we had a no eating in your bedroom rule because this man, no, don't give me that shit, Beth. This kid couldn't bring
I have plenty of shit to give you right now.
a towel. I lost towels. I lost. Oh, no, me too with those towels. I lost dishes, and I would go. I'm like, I'm gonna go up there. Where are my cups, bowls? I have no spoons. What is going on? I'm gonna go up there. He's like, there's nothing up there. I go, okay, let's go. And I would go up the stairs, and he would just stand there at the bottom of the stairs. I'm just gonna stay here. I'll be able to hear you from here. I'm good, because he's a little turd. But it was funny because I would, and Chris experienced this yesterday. All day when I was having a kind of a meltdown, I was thinking about these cookies that Chris made, homemade from scratch chocolate chip cookies that were too doughy. It was, but I enjoyed, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I came home. Sometimes we put them in the microwave,
Yeah.
Open up the microwave, not there. Maybe put them in the oven. No. I go, if these are in the garbage, I'm going to be on my knees in the fetal position. I'm going to be snot. It's going to be bad. They were in the garbage. I was so desperate that I dug in the garbage and got 2 cookies out that looked like they hadn't been touched. But when I smelled them, they smelled like Febreze because our liners are the Febreze scented hefty bags. I couldn't eat them.
I'm surprised they weren't like Bath and Body Works like vanilla.
But they made it. I'd have it. I would have it. So the point I'm trying to make is my son and my husband have both hurt me in the respect of all I'm thinking about is the s'mores ice cream I've got a bowl left in that fridge, and when I get home, I am in it. It's mine. Come home, it's gone. I called my son at work once. Where are the double stuffed Oreos? That's what I thought. Click. That man was so terrified to come home.
I mean, that is a very serious issue.
But it was just fun.
Oreos.
Even my nephew doing the impression of me looking at myself in the mirror, critiquing my nose.
My nose looks so weird. That to me took me out because how many times have we started a show and right before you press record, you're like, God, I just don't like how my nose looks today.
How do I look? How do I look?
You haven't said that as much since you had, your
deviated septum fixed.
Exactly.
100% medical.
Yeah.
100% medical month. 100%. No, it's funny that he was doing that. Oh, so with my nose. And I'm like, oh God, I totally forgot that part was in there. But that's little Blake who's been
Oh
on
my God.
about Big Brother, who
Aw.
will be 18 in
I have a
December.
clip
That's
on my
crazy.
Twitch channel when Andrew and I were when Blake was on and he was covering, I think, All Stars, Big Brother All Stars with us. And we were like, your aunt's a liar, Blake. And we just kept saying, and he's like, I know.
Because he knows. I babysat this kid every other Saturday since he was like 6 months old for years. So he knows me. Like he gets it. Like and my niece, his sister, like we get each other. Like we get it.
Yeah.
And it was so funny. Just them, like I said, stupid once, and they were like, "Oh, you said that S word," and I'm like, "No, the S word is shit. Stupid is not a bad word."
This is who I'm going to be as an aunt.
This
I
is
am
the-
home. I'm with my brother, my sister-in-law, and my niece for the next like week and a half. And first of all, she slept from 10 p.m. until 5:30, but didn't cry when she got up, and then took a bottle and went back to sleep and woke up at 7:30. I was like, if we can do this every night, we're gonna be golden, child, because I am in the room next door and I can hear them when
I'll be
they're on
right
their
back.
phones.
Yeah.
So they can definitely hear, like, or I will hear her
Oh, yeah.
for sure. So I had an air conditioner going, even though it was like 50 some degrees outside.
Hell
Air
yeah.
conditioner, the fan, and I had my white noise app on because I was
Yeah.
like, anything I can do to like naturally block out some of the sound. But she was great. So I hope to corrupt her a little bit. I think it'd be fun.
Oh, look, you show this to Cloud. You know what the funny thing is about Cloud, my grandson, he's 3.5 now. I sent y'all that video of him. Everything is awesome right now.
That's so
He-
awesome,
That's
Daddy.
yeah, it's so awesome. And it's just funny to me that Blake said it's awesome or hashtag whatever, because that was my thing with Blake. We would just hashtag everything. And that became a joke because my birthday, it was like happy birthday, number sign 39 or something in my 39th birthday. And he was like, why does it say hashtag 39? Yeah, that's a number sign.
That's a generational thing for sure.
That's also the pound sign.
Okay, I was just about to say that. Like, whenever I'm on like the phone with like an operator and it's like end with pound, I really have to do like a multi-step algebraic equation in my head of like, okay, is that the star sign or the hashtag?
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm like, what is the pound sign? I have no idea. But we are here to pound away at a Brantsteele. You like that transition? Yeah.
Loved it.
Any feedback, feel free to share after the show. Yeah, we are here to do a Brantsteele of the Survivor 50 cast. So like Allison said, we were here last week to share our very honest, candid thoughts. I feel like it was a very productive therapy session. We also really enjoyed all the comments we got, just praising our honest opinions instead of saying just the same old hoopla that you hear from everybody else. So thank you for saying that. We try to be our authentic selves as much as possible.
Listen, we're happy to be respectful to a point, okay?
Oh,
but
of
if
course,
we are
yeah.
not, like, we're not going to tear people down for who they are unless who they are is a shit person, and we'll say
Yeah,
it, okay?
exactly, right.
And if we don't like their gameplay, like, listen, we all have different opinions. I loved that there were people I was excited about that y'all didn't give a shit about. I loved vice versa. That's what I think makes our podcast a lot of fun, especially because Tyler and I can have so many similar opinions about things. And Allison's just sitting there going, oh my God, these two. And then they're just sitting there.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm like, Thailand didn't, it's like Thailand never happened. That's where my mind
shouldn't
goes.
have happened. It shouldn't have happened.
Speaking of Survivor Thailand, Allison, somebody on the RHAP Facebook group posted like an old like Jeff Probst like ranked like the first 20 seasons of Survivor in like a TV Guide magazine or something, and he ranked Survivor Thailand as 20th out of 20. So, and I thought of you immediately. I
Jeff
was like,
did that?
the Thailand erasure. Yeah.
But that's the first time that he said I never said merge. And then
that's the reason why people don't like it.
Yeah.
We're ready for the merge. We're ready for this shit to end.
You know, like
yeah.
Right.
All right. So I have here our Brantsteele ready to go. So just a few housekeeping rules for us. So there has never been a 24-person cast in Survivor US. So the format I had to use was Australian Survivor 2016. So I think, of course, like there's like more episodes in an Australian Survivor season. So there might be some like non-elimination rounds or some like twists that like we haven't really seen on Survivor US. I don't remember the twists really for this season, so we're just kind of go through this kind of like like a little swiftly, a little casually, you know what I mean? But like we are here to see who.
We're not going to describe every competition and what happens, and we're just going to skip to who won immunity kind of thing.
Yeah.
And if things don't work, we can just basically go, well, let's pretend that the fans voted this twist in.
Exactly.
Because apparently, this is in the hands of the fans.
Exactly. There is a final 2 instead of a final 3, I believe.
As it should be. I do think that is something that the fans voted on, right? Was fire making challenge, yes or no? And I think that I could be wrong, but I felt like there was a vote on final 3, final 2.
I would die if it was a final 2. Like that would be so great. Yeah.
Do you know what I would die? You know how I would die for 50?
How would you die, Allison?
If they had a final 2 and Jeff took the votes after they voted and got in a helicopter.
Oh, hell yes.
Flew 6 months later down into Central, wherever the hell he is in LA, California, wherever.
And then I want him to encounter the protests in LA.
Yes,
and
he would have been the middle.
And then he's
walking
just
past like an ice raid.
Everybody will stop. That will bring
an ice raid.
That brings everyone together. Survivor.
Listen,
you want to stop what's going on in
tell
LA
you-
right now? Reveal the winner of Survivor 50 in the middle of it.
I'll tell you right now, I was high as a kite watching the finale of Survivor All Stars a few weeks ago, and watching that montage of Jeff taking the urn, like going on a jet ski to a helicopter, cut to another helicopter, like landing in New York City. He takes a cab to Madison Square Garden and then like walks through this like huge arena where Beth and I saw, oh my God, why can't I think of Billy Joel? Thank you. Jesus, Tyler. Like just knowing how big like that stadium is and just thinking like how big Survivor used to be. I don't know. It's cool. So I don't know. I'm manifesting that.
I just want to put out there is that Tyler immediately was messaging us and was like, y'all, it was actually really well done how they did this. And it's like really mind blowing to think. And I knew like what he meant, but it was just, I was like, you're high, aren't you? I think that was my
just such an event. Like it was so it was so like ingrained in like pop culture at the time. You know what I mean? Like,
For sure.
and people, like,
I watched it live
Oscars
when it actually happened.
Yeah.
I remember
Rob proposing to Amber at the reunion, like that was crazy. It was I don't know, it was just such
was it at the reunion? I thought it was before they even revealed the votes.
It was before they revealed the votes. Yeah. It was like one of the first things in the finale. And she had like a shirt that said I heart Rob.
I love Rob.
And
yeah.
Everybody was booing them and she
yellow.
like stood up and she was like flashing like the shirt. She was like, yeah.
Then
I
she
love
took
Rob.
the shirt off and started rubbing it around her head.
Exactly. And she didn't even get any peanut butter for it.
Do you want to hear a fun fact about the All-Star finale?
Yeah.
I have a fun fact. Do you know where I was? Where I watched the All-Stars finale?
Jail.
That is one place I haven't been yet, but give it time. It's
Waffle House.
It's not in the Waffle House.
Ooh, this is okay.
It's like, where's Waldo? I was not in Tennessee. My sister graduated from college. Let's see how much you listen to me. My sister graduated from college. Of course you are.
You have a sister? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Missouri?
I'm on thin ice tonight. I need to save it.
Did she go to a school in Missouri?
No.
I don't know where she went to school.
That's the other one. So the one that that's terrible. The older one, because I have two sisters, two younger sisters, believe it or not, Stephanie and Emily. And Stephanie is the older than Emily. She graduated. She went to college in Maine, in Bangor, Maine.
You were at University of Maine in
Yes.
in Orono, Maine?
Yes, and we were in a hotel room that Sunday night, because our plane, we ended up taking a plane that Monday coming back, and because everybody was leaving, and my dad and my mom, we're not going to get on the, we're going to wait till Monday. My sister was in the room with us, and my mom and dad, and we all watched the Survivor finale together in this little hotel room in Bangor, Maine, and it was really close to that big statue of the lumberjack looking dude.
Paul Bunyan.
Yes, and I have so many pictures that I ironically took in 200 speed, black and white, with my point and shoot camera.
Hell,
Not
yeah.
400.
Film, not 400, and I knew it was black and white. That's a whole conversation that y'all missed. Anyway, and they came out really great. So I was there, and my sister and I actually booed and threw pillows at the TV when I didn't care about it was the shirt that sent me. I was like, fuck this shirt. Whatever.
I
Do you
mean, you
remember
think
how many
Go ahead.
magazines they were on the cover with, and it was like, she wore an I Heart Rob shirt, and then like their wedding was like a film to do, and it was like all over the front pages of like People and like all that kind of stuff. Like
the money.
Stu Hawk got like all this plastic surgery that she like raved about at the reunion. Jeff asked Rob Sesternino, like, how's your dating life been? Have you gotten like hotter women since being on Survivor?
Hotter?
And Rob was like, yeah, I'm dating girls like way out of my league. I think it was just so like raw. You know what I mean? It was so good.
Hotter girl? Oh, was he dating dogs before?
Amber gave Sheehan a car. Like, sorry, go ahead, Beth.
No, I was just going to say, what we need to do is make I Love Rob shirts, but it says I Love Rob C, and it has
Rob
the
C.
bell, but it has the bell in the shape of a heart instead.
Yes.
And that should be, and it should
has to be
'cause I
yellow.
think it was a yellow shirt,
Yeah, it
right?
has to be yellow.
So a yellow shirt that has like, I think that would be.
Are you wearing it right now, Beth?
This is it.
Tell Rob if he comes
Forget
on
that
this
is
show.
Sasquatch on my shirt, but whatever.
Tell him if he comes
Big.
back on this show, we will all wear custom yellow I Heart Rob C shirts.
Hell yeah.
On it.
I'll be here for it. So a few more housekeeping rules. I tried to be as like fair with the tribe breakdowns as possible. So I split up like Mike, Angelina, and Christian. I split up like the 3 people from 48. All of like Cerie's besties, I like tried to split them up as much as possible. I also like put in the pre-existing relationships into like their profiles. So like if like Cerie makes them merge with Aubrey, for instance, like they're probably not going after each other, like that kind of thing. I also like changed the profiles for each person too. So like for physical challenges, I put Jonathan a 5 and Cerie a 1. For like social abilities, I put Mike White as like a 4. For, you know what I mean? Like unpredictability, Rick Devens like a 5. Like so these are like very catered to what my opinion of these players are, but I tried to be as fair as possible. But
I like that your example was Rick Devens and not like Q.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think all 3 of them I put like unpredictability, like a 5 or whatever.
Hell yeah.
The only people I left a 3 across the board are Savannah and Rizgod, because we don't really know anything about them yet, so we'll see. Yep. But any other questions before we begin?
No, just one note that we said last week that we'll repeat here again is that a few months ago, if you haven't watched this, please go back and watch. Tyler and I drafted who we thought would be tapped to play Survivor 50, and then we ran a Brantsteele. And in that, Emily Flippin, who you will see cast in the actual Survivor 50 and in this Brantsteele, is the winner of our simulation. So let's see, can she go 2 for 2? And if so, I'm putting all my money on Emily Flippin then. If the Brantsteele simulator says it.
Let's send them some good vibes, because like as of right now, like they started filming on Friday. So like we're predicting that like maybe like 3 people have left at this point in the game. Yeah. So the game is afoot. It is going right now. I also made the tribe colors, like the actual colors that have been spoiled by somebody taking a picture of like a challenge while on a boat going by. So these are the official tribe colors. So yeah, so
you were 100% correct with the tribes.
I I think this has to be pretty close. Like
Could you
I also
imagine?
didn't put any winners on the same tribe. Like I tried to be as fair and
Oh, I
um,
want all the winners on one tribe together so
All
they can
2 of 'em?
just suck in unison. Wouldn't that just be
well,
fun to watch?
I was telling Allison before we started, I have a conspiracy theory that, Marianne was really in the mix for a while to be on this cast. And apparently her and Andy were dropped for Savannah and Rizgod. So with that being said, like that would have been 3 winners, like maybe 1 for each tribe. They really showed Rizgod in the trailer for 49 as like kind of like a crazy personality. Like I feel like he's like the fun casting person from 49. So maybe Savannah is the winner from 49?
Maybe, yeah.
So we'll see about that. But I didn't think about that when I was making the tribe. So if she is in the same tribe as Kyle, like, not sorry about it. Like, whatever. But
Oh my God, Tyler's spoiling 2 seasons for us at the same time.
rigged.
Where are my cats?
They did not make the cut this time.
What?
But they live on forever in our hearts.
Yeah. So sad.
Listen,
That's the
we
only
got 24
reason why I'm
people to
here
go through.
tonight, because I thought my cats were part of it.
We'll do another
Did we
Brantsteele.
discuss your cats last week?
We discuss our cats every week.
True.
All right.
All right.
So here we go, kids. So let's see.
There's no advantages or alliances on these tribes, and they have a competition.
All right.
And-
So Orange Tribe
Orange.
wins the first immunity challenge, and
they
they
win
also win.
Flint.
Flint. Yep.
Woo!
Should we say who's on the tribes or no? Or am I just need to shut up?
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean maybe for
the
for
people who are
podcast
listening,
purposes.
I think that's
All
a good
right,
idea.
so yeah, thank you. Audio medium only. If you're watching or if you're listening to this on podcast, definitely check out the YouTube version. But in the Teal Tribe, we have Charlie, Chrissy, Sari, Colby, Emily, Kyle, Mike White, and Savannah. On the Pink Tribe, we have Angelina, Coach, Genevieve, John, Camilla, Q, Rizgod, and Stephanie. And on the Orange Tribe, we have Aubrey, Christian, Dee, Jenna Lewis, Joe, Ozzy, Rick, and Tiffany.
Nice.
And
So
I
that
got
is my tribe
porn
breakdown.
jokes.
Locked and loaded.
Ready to go.
All right. So the Orange Tribe wins the first immunity. Very happy to see Dee making it out of the first round.
And so does the Pink Tribe.
And so does the Pink Tribe. Yes. All right. So we have our first alliance. We have Emily Flippin, Kyle, and Mike White. Okay. Interesting
Kyle
group.
and Mike find something in common, and Mike is impressing the rest of the team. So I would assume that Mike is somewhat of a ringleader, which I think makes a lot of sense because everybody wants to be on White Lotus.
Bingo. Exactly.
Yes.
Genevieve has a major meltdown.
Oh no.
Jonathan and Camilla bond strongly. It has a lasting impact. Interesting.
That
Is
is shocking.
Camilla like using him as like a meat shield kind of thing?
I would assume so.
That would be so obvious, though.
But I also
Yeah.
kind of feel like she needs that, like I felt like
She let Kyle really take the credit like too much.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Jonathan is like a meat shield that won't get votes in the end. You know what I mean?
correct.
So I don't know. We'll see. Joe and Tiffany are impressing everybody. That's
That doesn't shock me.
all right. So time to vote on the Teal Tribe. First vote, Savannah.
What?
Savannah. Hell yeah.
This is
Colby.
because 49.
I'd be okay with it. Colby.
Because they don't know who she is.
Colby.
What is this
Colby.
shit?
The first person voted
No.
out of Survivor 50 is Colby Donaldson. Also,
Ah.
I am not spoiled on this. It's taken me so much resilience to not look at the spoilers for this. So yeah, Colby Donaldson is the first boot for 50. And
You mean
honestly-
of Brantsteele spoilers, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I was about to
Um,
say, holy crap, I don't think that there are spoilers out that quickly as they're
No,
floating.
they're actually not releasing like so usually they release like the pre-merge like to go back home after a certain point altogether, but they're not even doing that for 50, so we won't really know like any boot
Which is good.
spoilers
Do you
or
want to know
anything.
why? Do you want to know why?
Tell us
Could be.
why.
Because we're either going to get a really live winner reveal or they're going to have everyone on the panel when they reveal the winner. Because
They have to do that.
they can't not do that with the All-Stars. They
It's been
can't.
stupid that they haven't done that this entire
Yeah,
time.
They
but-
should. Yeah.
I have to say I'm fine with Colby being first one out. I think that's honestly the most iconic place he could go. I don't think
Yeah.
he'd even be an iconic winner. I think it'd be so iconic for him to go out first. So
Yeah,
Such an
it's probably
icon.
Reed's fault somehow.
damn it,
Come on.
Reed!
Damn it, Reed.
Reed
I am
comes out of
concerned.
nowhere and is the one voting.
So it looks like everybody voted for Colby except for Colby and Chrissy. So I'm really worried for my girl Chrissy right off the bat here. Never a good thing to be on the wrong side of the vote in the first tribal council.
Colby gonna go, hey, Mike, I know I have acting experience. I was in that movie Red Eye.
Yeah. Was he
from
really in Red Eye?
2003. Yeah, he was. He was a Secret Service agent
I love that movie. It's so good. When she
That
like stabs him
actually
in the
would be
throat with a
pretty-
pen.
with Cillian Murphy in it,
Yes,
and how he
Rachel McAdams.
realistically runs around with a pinhole
Yeah,
in
yeah.
his neck held together
need to
with a
rewatch that.
handkerchief.
Could you imagine if Mike White puts every single person who's in Survivor 50 in one season of White Lotus, a small little like
I would
roles
love
or
that.
whatever, and it's just
Yeah.
two camps of people watching: people who watch Survivor looking for the cameos, and people who don't.
They could easily do like a wedding at like a White Lotus
Ratings.
resort that like one of the main characters crashes and it's like all of the Survivor 50 cast or something.
Could you? Okay, but who has to be the two people getting married? And it has to be two wild people we wouldn't like put together.
Tiffany and
Sheree
Q.
and Charlie. Who?
Tiffany and Q.
No offense, but that would be the whitest reception for Tiffany.
That's true. Aubrey's just like
do it. It
sitting
makes sense.
Christian. Yeah. All right. So next immunity challenge, Orange Tribe and Teal Tribe win. So it looks like the Pink Tribe is going. Chrissy and Sari bond strongly, has a lasting
Love.
impact. Mike White has a major meltdown. And Mike White quits the game as a result.
Okay, I think we can confidently say that's not happening, considering I'm pretty sure like
The
this whole
medevac?
cast was cast around Mike White saying, I want to play Survivor again. But if he
Damn.
did do all of that just to quit, I think that he would be the only person I'd be like, you know what, work.
Icon
They catered
status.
so much to you. And he was just like, this is not giving me the muse I thought it would for season 4.
I'm screenshotting this.
I'm
This is a
frozen.
good skeet.
I'm frozen with shock as if this really happened.
I know, right? Mike has a major meltdown and Mike quits the game as a result.
He would never.
That's what,
Yeah.
okay, so you have to take a screenshot, but we all have to be like looking like shocked, like, oh my God. All right, ready? Tell me when you're ready.
3, 2, 1. Perfect.
I feel like that's how I look all the time, though.
Vapid.
So Angelina and Camilla bond strongly, has a lasting impact. Jonathan and Stephanie have a small fight. So shades of heroes versus villains. Is she kind of sick of Jonathan like she was sick of James Clement? You know, we also have an alliance of Angelina, Jonathan, Camilla, Q, and Rizgod, and all of them are like at like a midpoint loyalty wise. So I think this is just like a voting block together for the first.
This is New School plus Angelina.
Is his name Rizgod?
That's his
Yes.
nickname. He goes
Oh,
by.
because I'm seeing Rizzo. Okay.
Yeah, he calls himself
Rizzo's his
Rizzo,
real name,
which
but
he-
yeah.
in the teaser for
Um,
49, he says, "You can call me Rizgod."
So
Mm.
Aubrey and Tiffany have a major or a minor disagreement. And then we also have an alliance of Dee, Jenna Lewis, Joe, and Tiffany.
I love that alliance, quite frankly. Quite
I'd be here for
frankly,
that.
that's great because you have Joe, who I felt like should have won 48. You have Dee, who is a dominant winner. Jenna, who is a wild card coming from the first season and also making it to the final 3, basically just being the GOAT brought to the final 3. And then you have Tiffany, who I feel like her and Dee are either going to work really well together or be at each other's throats. And that's literally... So I could see Joe being kind of like the peacekeeper of all of the women.
He's good at that.
Yeah.
But
right, here we go.
the screen grabs of him and the close-ups of him sitting in between those women.
Exactly.
It'll just be this
Um,
the entire time.
Yes.
So Mike White is no longer in the game, so Tribal Council has been canceled. All right.
I think they should still do it.
Iconic
So-
boot order so far.
Right. So we still got Emily and Kyle working together, and Sari and Kyle are also working together.
I could see that for sure.
Same alliance on the pink tribe. Same alliance on the orange tribe. We can skip reward stuff. All right. So who's going to tribal? Looks like the orange tribe is going to tribal council. So, Chrissy is impressing the rest of the team, obviously. Saree works hard at camp and becomes tired. Honestly, relatable.
Honestly, for me, working hard, no, I'm not saying her, but I'm saying for me, working hard would be like, I got like 3 sticks. I'm tired. And I'm just
I
gonna
did
lay down.
one Zoom call and I'm exhausted.
On the island for me, I would be exhausted. It would be. I didn't bitch today about
That
being
was my toilet.
outside.
And I'm still exhausted.
I'm so exhausted.
Rizgod and Stephanie bond strongly.
Interesting.
Angelina and Stephanie are still bonding. That pink tribe alliance of 5 dissolves. So it looks like they have kicked Rizgod out of that alliance.
And Jonathan.
And Jonathan and replaced with Stephanie. Okay.
This is a way more iconic group. I love
Oh,
this
yeah.
group.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. I'm here for
It's
this.
chaotic.
Christian and Jenna have a small fight. Joe and Tiffany have a major fight. And Jenna Lewis leaves the Orange Tribe Alliance.
And just, again, I just got to reiterate, if you're listening to this podcast, we're not saying all the names. It's just going to take too long. So we do highly encourage that you check out the YouTube video.
Yeah. But I think Jenna left this alliance because, in All-Stars, she was very anti-winners. Maybe she just didn't know that Dee is a winner. And she's like, oh, can't be a part of this.
Why can't she leave the hat, though? I'd rather
Right?
her leave the hat.
I hope she
alliance.
brings that
I hope she
exact
has
hat.
I hope she has it.
That hat belongs in a museum at this point.
Terrible.
Yeah, with the I Love Rob shirt.
All right, Orange Tribe, it's time to vote. No idols played. First vote, Jenna Lewis, Christian, Jenna, Christian,
Christian hasn't even done anything.
Jenna, Christian. This is close. Jenna, Christian. It's a tie. There's a tie and a revote. So in the revote, Jenna, Christian, Christian, Jenna, Christian, Jenna. All right, so we have a tie again. So there will be rocks drawn
I saw
between
it.
Aubrey,
Iconic.
Dee, Joe, Ozzy, Rick Devens, and Tiffany.
I saw
And
it.
Rick
Yes.
Devens draws the rock. Damn, this is iconic, honestly.
Except for the fact that I don't want Mike to quit. I
We're
am
off to a good
fine
start
with
here.
this season.
Already.
Yeah, the rocks in the 3rd episode. Amazing.
Didn't they call him Blevins? Rick
Devins. That's
Devins?
his last
Blevins?
name.
Blevins. That name sounds familiar, though.
Oh, am I thinking of Belle Biv DeVoe?
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Who is that?
That girl is poison.
Oh.
Forget it. No, I'm not going there with you two. I'm not doing it. You're going to make me feel like ancient. No.
I know
No.
that song. I just didn't know that was a
Yep.
person's name.
I just know it from Pitch Perfect.
Okay, dead
The
subject.
first
perfect
tribe on the
too.
Go to Rock says Sam S. You're correct. I love that the Orange Tribe said,
I
bet
love
you
it.
want Survivor 50,
Here you go.
revote, rocks, and get Devins out of here. And
I
on the
love it.
way out, production gave him an immunity idol, and then randomly we'll have him appear out of nowhere in some other tribe.
They hid it somewhere,
Up there.
and then he shows up with it, and we don't see how he got it. Oh, wait a minute. That guy's not on the scene.
he just and he's
He
like,
shits it
got
out.
an immunity idol right here for you.
Guys, watch this. Look!
Instead of, never mind. I'm not going to repeat that sentence.
Look what just came.
Why does that look like you're a face about to be birthed?
Right? She's crowning.
Oh my God.
Nice to meet you.
It's
Help me escape.
All right. We have our
Again,
next
we can
community
only
challenge.
encourage you to watch the video.
Yeah. So we have our next community challenge, and it looks like Pink is going back to tribal council here. Chrissy has a major meltdown. She almost quit the game, but decides to stay.
Okay, good.
And then Charlie picks her up as an alliance member.
Okay.
Angelina finds the hidden immunity idol. Good
Iconic.
job, bro. Good job.
Where?
Coach rests at camp to restore his energy. All
Wait,
right. Good job.
Angelina and Camilla have a small fight. Genevieve and Q are bonding. And then we have an alliance of Angelina Coach, Jonathan, and Camilla. So if we remember,
This is a
Camilla
hot
and
damn
Angelina
mess.
were in an alliance with Jonathan and kicked him out. And now they're in a new alliance with him and Coach. That, my friend, is Angelina and Camilla playing the shit out of Coach and Jonathan. Let's just say
Yes.
it.
Yes. No, I agree with that assessment for sure. For sure. All right. Jenna Lewis has found the Orange Tribe hidden immunity idol. Good for Jenna.
Yeah.
I think she needs it. All right.
And that would be the first time she's played a game with hidden immunity idols.
Yes, that is true.
So that would be really major for her.
But not the first time she's played with the hat.
That's right. It was her hat the entire time.
Joe
Yes.
leaves the alliance of Dee and Tiffany.
Ooh. But Dee and Joe also bond, which is
Yeah.
weird.
So maybe
Aubrey and
Tiffany is,
Ozzy are bonding, which I guess makes sense. They were on Game Changers together.
All right. So Pink Tribe, time to vote, and Angelina has the hidden immunity idol. So keep that in mind. Angelina does not play the idol. First vote: Genevieve, 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 Rizgod, Genevieve. That's 5. That's enough. Genevieve, you are the next person voted out of Survivor. Honestly,
Bring me your torch.
I'm okay with it. Sorry.
Yeah. I would love to see her really dominate and come back and just like kill it even more than she had. But
Yeah.
I also like, no offense to her, but I just have other people who I'm rooting for more than I'm like, okay, bye.
Totally, totally. All right, let's see if there's nothing new here for Teal Tribe. Nothing really new here in the Pink and Orange tribes either. All right, so
But
Let's
Jenna
go
had a
through-
hidden immunity idol.
Yeah, we saw that last week.
Hey, does that say
So-
Nutslinger?
Nutslinger, yes. That's the name of the challenge, apparently. All right,
This
so we
came
have a
from Survivor Australia and not from Jeff Probst, a challenge called Nutslinger.
Nutslinger.
And he talks about balls. Y'all know how I am every time, Jeff.
You're gonna have to wait until your nuts drop, and
You gotta
then
dig. You gotta pull
you
the
gotta
nut.
dig
You gotta
deep for those nuts. You're gonna squeeze them.
pull
and
your
then-
nuts out. Hand them to Joe, Emily. Hand them to Joe.
Boy, Emily.
I mean, I don't know. It's
Poor
really-
Emily. So we have a
Emily's
double.
getting teabagged by Joe.
Teabag him. Dig, woman. Dig.
What a teabag, woman, teabag.
Teabag.
So we have a double tribal council here. So only one wins immunity, and that is the Teal Tribe. So Charlie, Chrissy, Sari, Emily, Kyle, and Savannah are safe.
This seems like a really strong tribe.
I agree. Listen, they got that tribe strength from Chrissy. You know, she's unstoppable. Charlie finds the Teal Tribe hidden immunity idol.
So we now have all 3 hidden immunity idols found, with Charlie, Angelina, and Jenna being the 3. And I think that's a really interesting trio because you have a new school,
Yeah,
a middle
mid-school.
school,
Yeah,
and an old school person. So
yes, I agree with that. Rizgod has a major meltdown. Nothing else really. All right, Orange Tribe is the first to go. Here we go. Jenna uses the hidden immunity idol on Tiffany.
ooh,
Any votes against Tiffany will not count. First vote, Joe. Aubrey. This is me against Allison here. Aubrey. Joe. The next person voted out of Survivor is Joe.
Tyler.
No, the person swapping to the other tribe apparently.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. I'm like
So the
on
2 that are
autopilot
going,
here.
this is like when they did the heroes versus villains and
Oh, they
Australian
vote for like a
Survivor.
swap. I
So they're
see.
voting for someone to be on another team. So Joe, which I think is so funny because why
I see.
would Jenna use her hidden immunity idol in a swap? And then
Well, they don't
Tiffany
announce it
will-
until like the vote reveal. Like that's when like they typically announce these twists in Australian Survivor.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That makes more sense.
So Joe was voted to be voted out, but instead he gets swapped to another tribe, and he gets to pick one person to go with him, and he chooses Jenna.
Which is probably a good idea considering that Jenna just wasted her hidden immunity idol.
Yeah,
He's
that
like,
sucks.
"Ugh, you know what, girl? I'm gonna save you. Why don't you come with me?"
Yeah. So same thing over on this tribe. So it looks like they have voted Rizgod off of their tribe, and he chooses to bring Stephanie LaGrossa with him.
Wow.
All right.
So now the pink tribe is Angelina, Coach, Jonathan, Camilla, Q, with new people of Jenna and Joe. And the orange tribe is still Aubrey, Christian, Dee, Tiffany, and Ozzy, with new people being Rizgod and Stephanie.
There's a lot of tribe strength on the orange tribe.
Yeah. And quite frankly, there's more on the pink tribe.
Yeah, definitely. But
We
I
got
think these are,
Coach, Joe, and Jonathan, and Q on that tribe now. It's gonna be interesting.
Same thing here. No real updates. Yeah. All right, cool. Immunity challenge. Orange tribe wins immunity and pink tribe. So it looks like teal is going to tribal council.
For the first time since like week 1.
Yeah. Charlie and Emily bond slightly, has a lasting impact. Coach is still resting at camp to restore energy.
That is literally the most Coach thing. He's probably just like,
I love it. He's meditating.
Doing Tai Chi, you know.
That's the bird you hear.
All right, time to vote.
It doesn't sound anything
So,
like that.
Charlie holds his idol. First vote, Emily. Charlie.
Oh,
Chrissy.
no,
Chrissy.
no.
Emily.
No.
1 vote left. Fourth person voted out of Australian
Wow.
Survivors, Emily Flippin, winner of our Brantsteele. So Emily, your luck has run out. I'm sorry, girl. But it's fun to see you back.
Yeah. I think you should be a host for one of these shows, and you should be like, "Your luck has run out. Sorry, girl." And that's your line, regardless of gender of the person in front of you. Could you imagine if like Jonathan gets voted out, and you're like, "Your luck has run out.
Your luck
Sorry,
has
girl."
run out.
You're like, "Girl, bye." That
I
should
love that.
should be what you say every time.
I love that. I'm just kind of like skipping through whenever this is like
Yeah.
the same old. So D finds the orange tribe hidden immunity idol. Good job, D. All right. Let me go to immunity challenge. So pink and teal tribe win immunity. So it looks like the orange tribe is going to tribal council here.
Suri and Savannah bonding. Jenna and Q had a small fight.
That's a fight I want to see.
Over the hat.
That is a fight I look forward to.
Over the hat, yeah.
Over the hat.
Q skirts versus bull hats.
He's like, "You could turn that into a skirt," and she's like, "I don't want
No,
to."
you can't.
Yes, you can.
All right. So D plays her idol. Any votes cast against D will not count. I'll read the votes. First vote, Aubrey. Second vote, Ozzy.
I'm here for this already.
Ozzy.
Yes.
And the fifth person voted out is Ozzy. Damn, this is a great boot order so far.
And
sorry, Emily, but
Beth came.
and
Yes.
then Beth
He did
just
his job. He
everywhere.
provided me with content that got me to orgasm by getting
Yeah.
eliminated before the
And you didn't have to pay for it.
But I didn't. No.
Damn, so everybody voted Ozzy. It was a clean sweep.
Damn.
All right.
I would say he was in and out pretty quick.
You know, he does have quite a bit of stamina, though. You know, to be out on the island and everything.
I would not turn it down.
All right. So
Wait
this
a minute,
reward
hold on.
challenge. So
I
this
might.
reward challenge. This reward challenge. They
We'll turn it down
decide
19 years.
whether to stay together as a tribe or split off to join another tribe. So they decide to split off. So the following players join Orange Tribe: Q, Jenna, and Joe. So Jenna and Joe go back to the Orange Tribe, and Q jumps ship. The following players join the Teal Tribe: Jonathan, Camilla, Angelina, and Coach. And the Pink Tribe is now dissolved.
I'm kind of here for this because what we just saw is like basically the tribal divisions. We know that Jonathan, Coach, Angelina, and Camilla have been in an alliance. So to see them all go together makes sense. It makes sense to see Jenna and Joe go back together. And the fact that they brought Q means that either Q is like the odd man out and he just chose to go where the fewer numbers and hope to make relationships, or they
Or
were like, you can't sit with us, and like
Yeah.
made him go over there.
Beth,
So-
was that a Southern accent?
Or
What?
Or-
Or a year. No.
So to recap for our audio listeners, so now it is 2 tribes of 9 consisting of Angelina, Coach, Charlie, Chrissy, Sari, John, Camilla, Kyle, and Savannah.
That's
And
the
then
teal tribe.
on the orange tribe is Aubrey, Christian, D, Jenna Lewis, Joe, Q, Rizgod, Stephanie, and Tiffany.
Cool.
I'm so happy Rick Devins.
I love. Can we just celebrate that Tiffany and Q are now on a tribe together?
Yes, and I did set the dynamics where they are not exactly friendly with each other. So we'll see how that turns out.
Y'all, I
all
can
right.
step away for 1 second. Y'all keep going, okay?
You're good. So Angelina and Charlie have hidden immunity idols. So we have Sari and Kyle are still together. We have Angelina, Camilla, and Stephanie. Or no, just Angelina and Camilla, sorry. We have Charlie and Chrissy. They're in a pretty strong alliance together. Their loyalty is 9 and 8. So I think that's one to look out for. I think that's a good duo as well. I think they balance each other pretty well.
That is like that makes so much sense because Charlie is basically the Ryan in this cast. And Chrissy was very loyal to Ryan in HHH. So.
And he worked with Maria, like an older woman.
Right.
Like mom
oh,
figure,
yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
And then we still have Angelina, Coach, Jonathan, and Camilla. So let's see.
Dee and Tiffany are still pretty strong, too. They're not as strong as Charlie and Chrissy, but they're at a 7, and they've been together since the beginning.
Yeah. I could see them working together, honestly.
Agreed. I think they would
I'd be here for it.
well.
So immunity challenge. Orange tribe wins immunity. So it looks like the teal tribe is going to tribal council. So Angelina and Charlie, of course, have their idols. Sari and Jonathan bond slightly, probably over politics. I'm kidding. What if we found out Sari is like MAGA in Survivor? Could you imagine?
I don't know what I would do.
Twitter, I would sign up for Twitter again just to see.
Because I am an honorary Fields, as said by Sari herself.
Yes.
So I would have to be like, do I have to like Trump now? Like, I don't know. Like, it'd be very hard for me. Just kidding.
And we also have an alliance that just formed of Coach, Charlie, Chrissy, Sari, Jonathan, and Kyle. You and Stephanie have a major fight. Love to see that.
That would be amazing.
Stephanie leaves the alliance of Angelina, Camilla, and Q. And Jenna is just resting at camp to restore her energy. Love that.
Yeah, she should, queen.
All right.
She like when Coach does that, I'm like, he's doing Tai Chi. And then when she does that, I'm like, queen.
Yeah.
Queen is doing nothing.
There's no double standard here.
No.
So Angelina uses her idol on Coach. Any votes against Coach will not count. Charlie holds his idol.
I genuinely could see Angelina working with Coach, by the way.
Totally. Agents of Chaos. So we have first vote goes to Savannah, Angelina, Kyle, Savannah, Angelina, Kyle, Savannah. The next one voted out is Savannah, the winner of Survivor 49. I'm convinced.
Wow. I'm fine with it. I don't know her yet. Get out.
Bye, girl.
Girl, bye.
All right. Let's see. Okay, so same old here. All the alliances are pretty samey. Tiffany finds the
next to me, by the way, and she snores, and I just hear her going.
Tiffany finds the
Jenna Lewis at camp.
It is, yeah. She's restoring energy.
Yeah.
Tiffany finds the hidden immunity idol, and looks like Dee's loyalty to Tiffany went up a little bit. So I would assume Tiffany told Dee that she has the idol.
Mm-hmm.
Orange Tribe wins the next immunity challenge. Angelina and Chrissy bond slightly. I'm here for that.
Yes.
Coach leaves the big teal tribe alliance.
Fine with that.
Aubrey and Rizgod have a major fight. All right, time to vote. Charlie holds his idol. First vote, Charlie. Angelina. Angelina. Charlie. Angelina. Angelina. Charlie. The 7th person voted out is Angelina. I'm sorry, this is our first Rob.
This
Goddess
one
here.
hurts. I don't like this. Recount. I
Yeah.
demand a recount. Al Gore style. Let's do it.
Survivor 37 dropping like flies. Mike White quits the game. Angelina out pre-jury. Can Christian's
been very quiet.
He has, yeah. He's under the radar.
Angelina probably gamed a little too hard. She got a little too close to the sun, so to say.
I could see that. I could see that. All right. Let's see. Same old here.
Sorry.
All right. Next immunity. Orange tribe wins immunity. So teal going back to tribal once again.
Damn.
Chrissy and Kyle bond slightly.
I like that.
Joe is impressing the rest of the team. Allison, how is Joe impressing the rest of the team? And please make it
just
as sexual as
walking
possible.
around, just walking around without a shirt on, sitting on a big, fat, thick log, just talking about loyalty and how he'll do anything for you. And I'm like,
Now, is the log something he's actually sitting on, or is it something that he's sitting on before it leaves his body?
To the imagination. As
All
I'm
right.
stroking my Joe.
Dee and Stephanie have a major
It was
fight.
wrong.
And that's about it. All right, so time to vote. Charlie still has his idol. He holds his idol. First vote, Kyle. Second vote, Coach. Kyle. Coach. Coach. The 8th person voted out of Survivor 50. Coach. That's 4.
This is basically where I see Coach going out in this season, to be honest.
I could see that too. Yeah. And I hope that like we get a lot of screen time from Coach while we have him, you know. And at least he beat wait, is Ozzy still in the game or he's voted out, right?
Ozzy
Yeah,
left.
so Coach beat Ozzy at least, you know.
Yeah, I beat him off
with
his stick.
With his
He
giant
got
log.
beat out.
All right.
Quality coverage here on My Weekly Meltdown. Never forget.
Exactly.
Please remember to subscribe and like.
So it looks like Sari and Kyle are still in a pretty strong alliance, as well as Charlie and Chrissy, as well as Jonathan and Camilla. They are still going strong as well.
That was from day one as well.
Yeah. Tiffany still has the Orange Tribe idol. Looks like Dee's loyalty has gone down a little bit, but you know, probably just because Dee is such a boss-ass player, she can't really trust anybody. Let's see. So Teal Tribe wins the immunity challenge finally. So Orange Tribe is going to Tribal Council.
Rizgod had a meltdown again.
Rizgod has meltdowns every episode.
To be fair, he just played like essentially back to back. So
yeah. Right. Maybe it's like a hunger thing. I don't know. All right. Let's see. So Tiffany holds on to her idol. First vote, Rizgod. Second vote, Aubrey. Aubrey's catching votes at like every single tribal council.
I'm not mad at
Rizgod. Aubrey. Rizgod. All right. So back to back, both of our Survivor 49 players go. Rizgod is the next person voted out here.
Well, not back to back.
For that,
Coach went out.
Oh
last
yeah,
time.
yeah. You're right. But you know, I'm happy that both of the 49ers are out of here. All right.
I didn't want them in the merge, you know.
Exactly.
And so I'm happy we got more screen time out of them to prove why they should be on 50. And now that we got to say goodbye, it's okay.
Exactly. All right. So we're down to 14 here. Nothing real new alliances wise, I think. Yep, same old. Okay. Orange Tribe wins immunity. They can send one member to eavesdrop on tribal council, and they choose Q. I would imagine Tiffany's just like, get Q the hell out of here. Get me away from him for like 5 minutes.
I love that Tiffany is probably saying that, and everybody else is probably going, I don't know if we should send him to eavesdrop. I feel like that's a recipe for disaster. And then Q is like basically forcing them to say, let me go, because he really wants to go, you know?
I can see Aubrey being like, Tiffany, I'll agree with you. Just like, don't vote for me for one tribal council.
Please. I just, I want to prove to you I'm here for you, If I had a choice of people and these were all the people on my tribe, the person I would send to eavesdrop would have to be like Christian or somebody who's been really quiet in the game, to force them to have some intel, to have to share it with everybody.
I would probably pick Jenna Lewis here. Like, I feel like Jenna she's a good alliance member. She's old school. Like, I feel like she's not gonna like try to like big brain this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like she'll be pretty like tribe strong. All right, let's see here. Jonathan leaves the Teal Tribe Alliance. Charlie is completely worn out, but is not giving up.
He's not getting the best of him.
Is he still hiding his idol?
Yeah, he still has his idol.
Where's it hiding?
And I don't know.
Maybe he can't give up because it is so far up,
He can't
He's
get
like,
out.
Nothing's moving my bowels.
We have a new strong alliance here for Aubrey and Jenna Lewis, loyalty 8 and 9.
Oh, I like that.
All right, Tribal Council. After discussing the vote, a twist is revealed. Q can permanently kidnap someone from the Teal Tribe, and he kidnaps Camilla, and the vote is canceled.
Dang.
All right. But where does Camilla go?
I see.
I see.
Remember that Q was eavesdropping. So they basically were like, by the way, he got all this info. Now he's going to take someone. So he's going to take the person he was aligned with and bring her back.
This might screw Jonathan. This Teal Tribe's only down to 5 members.
By that. Oh, no.
Not that.
I'm crying maggot tears over here. But we have a tribe of 5 against a tribe of 9. I love that. That's really fun. All right, let's see anything here.
You think they'll do it down to a tribe of 1 like they did with Stephanie?
What if it is Stephanie?
That would be iconic.
Oh my God.
I think she's in the big tribe, but
let's give her the check.
All right, Orange Tribe wins the immunity challenge. Charlie leaves the Teal Tribe Alliance of Charlie, Chrissy, Sari, and Kyle. Aubrey and Camilla have a minor disagreement. Christian and Q bond strongly, and Aubrey is working hard at camp and becomes tired. Time to vote. Charlie uses his hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast against Charlie will not count. I'll read the votes. First vote, Charlie does not count. Charlie does not count. Charlie does not count. Jonathan, Sari. Final vote was 0-1-1. So it's a tiebreaker between Jonathan and Sari. So we'll go through.
I want to, before we do anything else.
Sure. This is truly the battle of good versus evil.
Will determine if this is on television and it's between Jonathan and Sari gets voted out over Jonathan. I'm literally never watching the show again. Okay.
That's it.
That's it. None of that MAGA shit over Sari. Come on.
All right, let's see it. First vote, Sari. Second vote, Jonathan. 1 vote left. Jonathan.
Oh, yes.
All right.
God,
Jonathan,
my
the tribe
heart hurt.
spoken. I know, right? Whew.
Thank God.
That was scary. That was spooky scary for a second there.
That was amazing. That's amazing television. I would be getting high after that to calm down.
All right, so we are about to merge here.
Did he say merge though?
They did in fact say merge, and so now we have the My Weekly Meltdown merge tribe of Aubrey, Charlie, Chrissy, Christian, Sari, Dee, Jenna, Joe, Camilla, Kyle, Q, Stephanie, and Tiffany.
This is iconic.
This group, yeah.
It's also amazing that this
entire
time that Camilla and Kyle have only been on a tribe together once, and now they're back in merge.
And Joe. Like, they're all 3 of the 48 people are together, and we still have both winners here too.
Right. And I think, and it's arguably you have 3 people who should have won their seasons all here too, with Aubrey, Charlie, and Chrissy.
Also,
Depending on how you-
Cerie's connections with Aubrey and Stephanie LaGrossa are both still here as well.
Yeah.
This is an exciting setup.
You know who's actually the odd person out here is Christian.
Christian? Yeah,
That's wild, and I actually think that's good for him.
That's
we still have
wild.
we still have
That's wild.
we still have
That's
Q and
so wild.
Tiffany here together as well. So we have 3 from 46 and 3 from 48 still here, making up. I mean, they could have the majority here if only Q and Tiffany could work together.
Who is Jenna's the oldest old school player on this team, and Stephanie would be second, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Tiffany's still holding on to the idol. So we got Cerie and Kyle still together, Dee and Tiffany still together, Camilla and Q, Charlie and Chrissy. We have Chrissy, Cerie, and Kyle, and Aubrey and Jenna. Those are our alliances. We have the Survivor auction. Just seeing if Camilla wins an advantage in the game of vote stopping power, and Kyle wins a clue to the hidden immunity idol.
Oh, that is so funny that it's Camilla and Kyle that won advantages. Essentially,
I'm scared. Charlie wins the first individual immunity. Chrissy finds the merge idol.
That's necessary. I feel like for her.
Yeah, Camilla has the vote stopper power. Tiffany has the orange hidden immunity idol. Charlie and Dee bond strongly.
I could see that.
Camilla
Go back up to the top. Go back up to the top. What does that say? The MWM tribe?
My Weekly Meltdown. That's the tribe merge name.
Oh, I thought, okay.
I should have made it the Finley tribe, so we could sneak one of the cats in there somewhere. All right. So first tribal council. Who do we think's going here?
Kyle. Jenna. Aubrey.
I'm gonna say Aubrey. Q. All right, let's see. So Tiffany has the idol, Camilla has the vote stopper power, Chrissy has the idol, and Charlie has the immunity necklace. All right, so Tiffany uses the orange tribe hidden immunity idol on D. Any votes cast against D will not count. First vote, D. 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 Christian. Stephanie. Stephanie. No. Christian. Stephanie. The merge boot of Survivor 50, Stephanie LaGrossa. So there were 6 canceled votes for D, 5 votes for Stephanie, and 2 votes for Christian. Damn.
First of all, Tiffany did that.
Mm-hmm.
She absolutely just saved the shit out of
I see the vision. I see the power.
Every time you say D, I want to go, D's nuts. Every time you said D, I want to go, nuts.
All right, so just seeing if anything has changed here. Nope. So D wins the next immunity challenge. Good for you, girl.
And she was had that Latin that's right, baby, I win.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah,
Yes. I love it.
I love it.
Charlie and Christian find something in common, and Camilla and Q bond strongly. So maybe
they're both white nerds. Is that what they're finding in common?
Is that the first time they're realizing, hey, you're a white nerd? What?
Christian,
wait, I am too.
I am making an astute observation right now. And I believe that. Just kidding.
I love that. Let's see. So, all right, time to vote. Chrissy uses the hidden immunity idol on Charlie. First vote, Charlie. 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 Q. Christian. Q. Christian. What do we think? I think it's Christian.
It's Christian because Christian just aligned with Charlie, and Charlie got all the.
It's Q.
What?
Q has been voted out.
Well, I mean, boo for our television, but yay because I'm friends with Christian.
I think this is a good spot for I think
go.
this is a good spot for Q to go. Yeah.
You know what? Q should make a show where he gives advice on things and call it Q tips.
So it looks like Charlie and Chrissy brought Tiffany into the vote to vote out Q here.
Tiffany was like, please, for the love of God, let me
I want to
vote
see
for them.
that voting confessional. So bad.
She's just so loud up in the voting booth, being
Like
just
Crystal.
singing like, I have been waiting to do this for so long.
Yes. So there's a new hidden media idol at camp. Nobody has found it yet. Same old alliance is here. So all right, let's see. I'm just seeing if there's any. Okay, they won letters from home. Blah blah blah. All right, Charlie wins the next immunity challenge.
I think it's obvious now that Charlie will go home the first time he's available because he's winning immunities and he's clearly got a big target on him.
Mm-hmm. Christian and Camilla bond strongly. Chrissy has a major meltdown. My weekly meltdown, if you will. All right, here we go. Time to vote. Charlie does not play his idol. First vote, Christian. D. Camilla. D.
I think D's gone here.
D. Christian. Camilla. Camilla. D.
Nuts.
Next person voted out is D.
Nuts.
D. D's nuts. The tribe has spoken.
Nuts.
That's sad, but I also feel like that's a really good run for her. Because I feel like of the 2 confirmed, potentially 3 winners that we have on this season, people will look more at her than they will at Kyle.
Totally. If either of them makes the merge, like I think like great job, you did good. So we have the final 10 here. So we have Aubrey, Charlie, Chrissy, Christian, Sari, Jenna, Joe, Camilla, Kyle, and Tiffany. Here we go. Sari finds the hidden media idol. Good job, Sari.
That's awesome.
First idol find in Sari's Survivor history,
I was
right?
just going to say,
Really?
she's never found one before. So
Yeah. Same old.
I just want to
with the
address
alliances.
Mary Doodah 444 in the chat. She's like, "What are you doing? This is a simulated Survivor 50 game."
Oh, I haven't
We
seen
put
like
it in
any of these
Brantsteele.
chat comments because I have the Brantsteele up. Oh, hi everybody.
Mhm.
Okay, so Christian wins immunity. Good job, Christian.
Oh.
And the first 4 eliminated will be visiting Exile Beach. So that includes Jenna and the entire cast of Survivor 48. Joe, Camilla, and Kyle. Poor Jenna.
she's like, hey, can I get in on this 48 act or 47 action? 48.
Right.
48
I'll give you
action.
my hat. I'll give you my hat.
Apparently there was an idol at Exile Beach, but nobody found it. All right. Charlie and Christian have a small fight, a fight of the white nerds. It's probably about whether like the new Star Wars movies were good or
No,
not.
Christian was just like, I don't really listen to Taylor Swift. Charlie's like,
True.
that's it.
No
He's
white
like,
nerds are
"Oh,
fighting over the last Star Wars movies. They sucked.
Yeah, that's the one thing everybody can agree on. We have a new alliance of Aubrey and Tiffany, and their loyalty is an 8 and a 9. So that's pretty loyal there.
Which makes
All
sense
right.
because Tiffany did lose her number 1. So
Yes. Okay, so here we go. Camilla uses the vote stopper power on Chrissy. Chrissy can no longer vote. Damn. Nobody uses their idol. First vote, Charlie, Kyle, Camilla,
Charlie's
Charlie.
gone here.
Camilla, Charlie, and Charlie. Yeah, I mean, like he was too big of like a challenge that I think.
But I think that's why she used the voter power on Chrissy because everybody knew that she would vote against Camilla, and then Camilla would be the one tied with Charlie. And so I think that she's just like, I have to use it here so that I can stay and Charlie goes.
Not Joe, Camilla, and Kyle. All right, let's see here. Yeah, no, I could totally see this happening in the game in real life.
For sure.
All right, let's see. So, same old, loyalty-wise, alliance-wise. Okay. Reward challenge. I'm just making sure there's no like advantages or anything. They win a Sunday roast with meats, breads, and wine. Yum.
And
Okay.
by meats, they mean 1 chicken that they have to share.
So, Aubrey wins the immunity challenge. Great job, Aubrey. Sari and Jenna have a major fight. Jenna and
Ooh.
Joe bond slightly. I could see Jenna and Joe
Yeah.
working well together, I think. But then Jenna has a major meltdown.
And Joe's like, I know how to deal with these with people I'm really aligned
I'm
with.
gonna give
let
you
me
a
just
hug.
hold your hands here for a second and
Yeah,
I'll reset
exactly.
you. Yeah.
We have a new alliance of Christian, Jenna, Joe, Camilla, and Tiffany.
I like it.
Okay,
But didn't Tiffany just bond with
With Aubrey?
Aubrey, and she's not in that. So that's pretty interesting.
Maybe that's like a side alliance that she's like more loyal to than like this big group. Like maybe she's keeping Aubrey safe by being in that majority alliance.
Right. But that could also be the thing that gets her out. Because that basically is what ended Angelina's game.
All right, here we go. Tribal Council. So Sari has the hidden immunity idol. Aubrey has the immunity necklace. Sari uses the hidden immunity idol against herself or on herself.
She's like, I'm not getting advantaged out in any capacity. Okay, I don't know.
Exactly. God,
like,
that is so true. Jesus Christ.
Go.
So Sari does not count. Sari. Jenna Lewis. Christian. Jenna Lewis. The next person voted out is Jenna Lewis.
Who keeps voting for Christian?
We can actually see at the bottom. Hold on.
Let's see who that is.
Chrissy and just Chrissy voted for Christian.
She was just like, "You will never be the white nerd I was with.
Yeah,
you will never
exactly. You'll never replace him.
You'll never replace him."
How dare you? So final eight. Final eight, we have Aubrey, Chrissy, Christian, Sari, Joe, Camilla, Kyle, and Tiffany.
When we look at this, what's really fascinating is that Camilla has been on before the merge tribe was on all three tribes at one point. She's the only person left. And I really do think Camilla is like doing really well socially in this game.
Camilla could be very stealthy in 50. Like she could really do some damage here, especially like I would imagine Joe and Kyle will have like both of them have massive targets on their backs going into 50. And I feel like Camilla is going to like really slide under the radar in that regard.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. So just to recap like alliances real quick. So like Sari and Kyle are still going really strong. We also have Chrissy, Sari, and Kyle. That sounded very sexual for some reason, like real strong. They're going real strong.
It's like such a hard, strong diamond hard
on that big log.
That big log.
We have Aubrey and Tiffany still in an alliance, and then we have Christian, Joe, Camilla, and Tiffany. Camilla wins the next immunity challenge.
Let's go, Camilla.
All right. Aubrey has a major meltdown. Christian's impressing.
Oh God, I'm so sick of any time Aubrey's like on TV. So
no shit.
We have all right. So next vote here. Camilla has the immunity necklace. Nobody plays an idol. First vote, Aubrey. Second vote, Aubrey. Third vote, Sari. Aubrey. Sari. Aubrey. The next person voted out is Aubrey Bracco. Strategic mastermind. Aubrey Bracco.
Whatever.
Okay.
He's like, I'm a strategic mastermind who now has to just cry.
My phone thought I was saying Siri, but I said Sari, the Survivor player. Okay, so Aubrey, the tribe has spoken.
Not the little aside to your phone.
I'm like, stop. Okay.
You're embarrassing me, phone. How do you not know I like Survivor?
Final 7. Chrissy.
Final 7.
I am so happy we have Chrissy, Christian, and Sari here in the final 7.
Okay, let's just make it. If this were the final 7, who would your bets be on the final 3 and 2 and the winner?
I'm gonna say Camilla, Tiffany, and Joe. I think it is gonna go like new school here.
You know, I don't personally believe, because I'm a real big strategic enthusiast of Survivor. I'm thinking that Kyle and Joe are going before the merge.
Yeah.
Because you have to keep in mind, 48 just aired. not a lot. I don't foresee a lot of these people paying attention, or maybe half-ass. I don't know, but because they're too busy getting cast and everything, so they may still not be as familiar with Joe and Kyle or Camilla, along with Riz God and the Savannahs.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Anyway.
But out of this group, who do you think is going to win the simulator?
Simulator.
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 Sorry, it's just
I think that's the
simulator.
word you picked to like start your brainstorming. You're like,
But you also,
simulator.
It activated me
but then you also went.
for trigger word.
She's
I would
thinking
say
about Joe's big love, just
Joe.
looking at that picture.
I'm gonna say I think it's gonna be Kyle, Sari, and Chrissy. I think that three is so strong, and the others, I think that they have the social capital and the ability to win challenges.
Mhm.
And surprisingly, Joe hasn't won a challenge yet, and he was like the challenge beast, and Kyle was like
Yeah.
the interrupter of challenges and such. I feel like Christian could be a goat to bring to the end at this point, but I think they're gonna go for the people that are going to pose a threat. So I think they keep Christian for a vote or two, cut him so that because you keep the person who's on the bottom the entire time, that can actually pose a threat. So I think like in the next vote or two, Christian will go, but I think that Chrissy, Sari, and Kyle are going to be the threesome that make it to the end.
Yeah, I think Tiffany's positioned really well here to win,
Mhm.
honestly. And Mary Duda brings up a good point in the chat. They let Jeremiah, Kelly, and Keith make final five, all three from the same tribe. That's true.
Mhm.
Or not Jeremiah, Jeremy. All right, here we go. Christian finds the hidden immunity idol.
Wow.
That's
What
clutch for him,
happened?
honestly. Same old with the alliances. Chrissy wins the reward and shares the reward with Sari, not Siri. And they get to sleep in a comfortable bed together. That is sexual. Sari wins her first immunity challenge here. Damn. It's the House of Cards. You have to stack like a steady House of Cards to like a certain point. Good job, Sari.
I want it known that if Sari finds an immunity and plays it incredibly well, and then also wins an immunity challenge in the final like 7 of the game, Jeff Probst will nut live on television. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
will
here for it.
see.
I want to see that O
stain
face.
coming around the face. We'll be like, all right.
I want to see that Jeff Probst.
she beats
Botox
Jonathan in a
O-face.
tie vote. She finds a hidden immunity idol, and she wins an immunity challenge here at Final 7. Honestly,
Not only
this
finds the
is
immunity
great. The world is
idol,
healing.
knocks out all the votes for her, which she would have been far and away the person to go that vote. She kind of, and I think she's voided out the most votes in the season. So
Yeah,
that's cool.
All right, here we go. Chrissy and Kyle have a minor disagreement. Christian and Sari find something in common. Tiffany leaves the alliance of Christian, Joe, and Camilla. So now it's just those three. Joe also leaves the alliance. So just Christian and Camilla, I guess. So I guess there's some drama in the big majority alliance here. All right, Tribal Council. Christian has the hidden immunity idol. Sari has the immunity necklace. It's time to vote. Christian plays the idol on himself, understandably so.
Mm-hmm.
First vote, Christian. Tiffany. Kyle. Camilla. Next person voted out. What do we think?
Tiffany.
Kyle.
I'm going to say Kyle. Tiffany.
I think you're alone now.
we played that at our wedding.
Alliance, so that told me.
Yeah. Tam, Tiffany, what a great run here, though. Like, you've been singing her praises. I have to give you credit here. You have manifested this. If this is Tiffany's run in 50, great job, girl. Great job.
And I also said that Christian would likely be the vote in the next. Also, I just saw Tim walk behind you, and I was convinced it was behind me, and I got very confused. I was like, I was like, I didn't know anybody was down here. And then
That's
I was
some
like,
Black Mirror
I
shit.
also didn't know that
To
Finn
timestamp
was
this.
in my parents' house. But no, I thought Christian would be the vote, and he was, but he played that idol.
Yeah. Played
Hey
that idol,
Beth,
girl.
do you guys remember 5 years ago when we were doing a show in my old house and the door behind me slowly opened while we were in the middle of a Survivor show, and Beth and I, Tyler did, but Beth and I were like, and it was the cat.
But then we saw the tail, and we were like, oh
God.
if you're, oh, that was a good one.
All right. Here we go. Final 6. Chrissy, Christian, Sari, Joe, Camilla, and Kyle. That is crazy that there's like half of this is the 48 cast.
Damn.
Here we go. Chrissy finds another hidden immunity idol.
This is good for Sari and for Kyle,
Mhm.
but mostly Sari.
I don't think there should be any more hidden
Alliances.
immunity idols at this point in the game. Ow.
Alliances, we
Okay.
have Sari and Kyle. We have Chrissy, Sari, and Kyle, and Christian and Camilla.
Bye-bye, Joe.
Chrissy wins reward, and Joe wins reward. I just want
They
to make
share
sure
it with
there's no
Christian.
advantage here. Yeah. So Christian and Joe share the reward with Christian. They go to a luxury spa hotel, leaving Sari, Kyle, and Camilla at Exile Beach. Oh, they go to Exile Beach. Interesting. Camilla finds a hidden immunity idol at Exile Beach while she's there.
If
This is
she's smart, she uses it on Joe or Christian.
Let's see here. Okay. So Christian wins the immunity challenge.
If she uses this on Joe, then one of the three who are in the majority alliance now that were in the minority for
Yeah.
so long will go finally.
Yeah. This is
And I
interesting.
think it would be Sari over the other two.
Can we just yes?
Listen, I don't make the
think
rules.
we get to final 6. There should be no more idols.
To
I
be
don't make the
fair,
rules here.
this is based off of Australian Survivor. We had said this in the beginning, but Mary
I
wasn't
know.
here. This is based off of Australian Survivor, but it also
They are
so
wackadoodle
really
with-
could be what they do for 50 because they are so idol crazy with shit like this.
Yes.
I could absolutely see them be like, and by the way,
Totally.
there's a super secret idol at final 3. And you're like, what? And you're like, it gives you 2 extra votes in the final. And you're like, what?
There's a
And
super
Jeff is
secret.
using that voice to explain all of it.
Yeah.
Jeff is sitting there during tribal council. Now that you voted, I want everyone to look under your tree stump that you're sitting on. There is an idol. Oh my God. It's an idol, Joe, or somebody gets an idol. That's where we're headed.
All right. So we're here at the final 6 tribal council. Chrissy has the hidden immunity idol. Camilla also has a hidden immunity idol. And Christian has the immunity necklace. It's time to vote.
I think it's going to
If
be
anyone-
Sari. Oh, sorry.
If anyone has an idol,
Now's the time to
do
use
so.
it.
Camilla uses her idol. And Chrissy holds on to hers. First vote. Camilla. Camilla. Camilla.
Sorry.
Chrissy. The next person voted out is Chrissy Hoffbeck. So Chrissy
with
is
an
voted out of
idol
final
in
6
her
with an idol
pocket. Yikes.
That hurts. That stinks.
That hurts, but it's also kind of iconic, and I'm kind of here
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
I got a 50 idol, because there aren't that many. They're very rare. These 50 idols, man. There weren't that many.
Survivor 50 in the hands of the idols.
Yeah.
But
Kyle
I
did vote for Camilla here.
I also like, well, yeah, because Kyle, Sari, and Chrissy are actually aligned in this game.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
I think it was so dumb of Chrissy to not use her idol. I mean, it must have been that they absolutely had no idea that Camilla had one. But at this point in the game, use it. If it's
I just
you
wanted the
three in a
souvenir.
majority
Yes.
alliance, you have to ensure the
I
alliance.
bet she was thinking like final 5 is the last time to use it. So I'm going to save it for the last tribal. But
But
I would
that's
use
not
it.
what you can do in a situation when you have a
No.
threesome against 3 unconnected people. You have to ensure that you have the numbers going into 5. And how do you ensure that?
Your
Playing that
threesome
damn
always has
idol
to
on
be
yourself.
connected.
Oh,
Yeah.
threesome.
Well,
Um,
unfortunately, but she had a great run.
Threesome.
Adrian, I know you're a big Chrissy fan too, so I'm right there with you, buddy. Okay, so final 5: Christian, Sari, Joe, Camilla, and Kyle.
This is insane.
That's a thruple.
Joe wins the final 5
Odd
immunity
man out.
challenge.
He was saving it for a rainy day.
Allison is currently up in arms.
What?
Stuck to her chair. Joking.
Slipping off her chair.
Time to vote. No idol played here at final 5.
Well, there's
First
no
vote.
idols left.
Christian.
Christian, Kyle. What do we think?
Kyle.
Sister Christian, though your
Kyle.
time has come.
Kyle,
Dang.
the tribe has spoken. You know, impressive for the winner 48 to
Oh,
get here to
hell
final
yeah.
5. Very good, very good.
Wow.
And yeah, I bet Sari was like okay with Kyle going at this point too. You know,
At this point, she's got to think about the end game, and she can't have somebody with a similar resume. And now both of the people who had mostly her resume, and people are not going to see her as a legitimate challenge threat.
yeah,
But I think she is likely the next person to go. Her
Yeah.
alliance is probably going to go back to back to back, all because Chrissy didn't play her stupid idol. Because
Mhm.
what the hell? In real life, Chrissy wouldn't make that mistake.
So the only like real alliance we have left here is Christian and Camilla, and their loyalty is level 9 with each other.
I think
so
Camilla's winning this.
that'd be so interesting if Camilla is the winner of 50. All right, so Christian wins the final 4 immunity challenge.
Oh my God.
Very impressive.
So one of the 48s have to go. Or no. Sorry,
They bring
never mind.
Joe in. So Christian and Camilla have brought Joe into their alliance here.
Oh man, it's gonna be Sari.
I don't want to scroll down.
It's gonna be Sari.
Sari, Joe, Sari. Damn. So Sari.
It all comes back to Chrissy, and that's what makes it so
That
frustrating.
bitch, Christy. Or
That
Christy.
stupid bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
I can't
Hey,
even say her name right.
What? I want to do something funny for the reveal of the winner.
Okay.
So pause it real quick because I want to go. I'm going to go to Paramount Plus, unless you can find it on YouTube when Jeff was on the ski.
Let's just paint the scene here.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Allison.
Hold on,
For
hold on.
copyright purposes, I don't want it to get flagged like a Drag Race did.
Well, I
from
can
the,
mute it. I can mute it.
I want you to use your imagination here.
I want you to use your sound effects too.
Okay, we use the sound effects, but hold on a second. What was it? All Stars, Survivor,
Finale. Jeff
Finale.
on. I would say Jeff on jet ski.
on jet ski. Oh shit! Hold on.
You can't spell cries without Sari. Yes.
Do y'all want spoilers for Survivor Australia versus the World that Sari is in?
Not live on the show.
I'll type in the private chat while
Yeah.
Allison is looking this up.
Okay, I got it. I think I got it.
Okay.
You'll let me know when you're ready.
Ready.
We're ready.
Oh, I gotta hit present. Hold on. You know, it takes me 45 minutes to do something. You ready?
A bear just closed my door.
I need more
Wait, is this
cowbell.
Final 3 or final 2? And then simulator.
I'm pretty sure it's
Oh.
final 2.
So we still have another vote before we even are supposed to be doing this, by the way.
He's splashing. He's heading
I
out.
like the idea that Jeff
darkness.
Got
he
him.
left early. Like he didn't realize there was one round left.
We have a GPS on Jeff.
Can you tell
Find him.
Jeff? Hey, can we get Jeff back? Does he not realize we have another vote until he has to go on jet ski?
Still going. He's the same. Now he's got a raincoat on.
You didn't mute the sound.
Oh fuck! Sorry.
So
No, like
he
just
is,
mute it. Yeah, there you go.
He is on a ski jet going past like a big
Abandoned boat.
freight ship.
It's a movie Outbreak. All of a sudden.
Inexplicably, his khakis are not wet.
He is now cruising up to New York City.
God,
He's crossing over the Brooklyn Bridge now.
Under,
That's not the
not
Brooklyn
on.
Bridge.
That would have been if he had jumped over the Brooklyn Bridge. He should get the
He
survivor.
free willied the Brooklyn Bridge.
Woo! Cutting it off.
He says
Oh.
hi
Stop
to
at
the Statue of Liberty.
Yep.
For
Hi.
literally
America.
no reason. He's actually going completely out of his way to go
This is the
to,
first time they were in New York.
and now he's going to go up the Hudson.
I need him to do this for 50. All of this.
Also, how the hell did he get in the East River to get to a point where he had to go south on the East River?
Right.
He's just so.
Also, just imagine how polluted this was in like 2005.
I
or
know,
whatever.
right? It looks very like the waters look very muddy, and there's a lot of ships. Like just
Actually,
oh,
lot
this
of
is like
ships?
around like oh yeah, is this before what season is this?
This is
It was All-Stars.
post
Is this All-Stars?
9/11 and pre-freedom.
Yeah, he's
Tower.
going into
He's in the
going on
subway.
the subway.
God,
Blades
Rob
on
and
the-
Amber were so dirty. I didn't even recognize them at Final Tribal or like the tribal council that they. Oh, so he gets on the subway.
Woo! Well, hold on, I got
Oh,
more.
Almost misses
man.
it,
Which street is he at?
Looks
I
kind of
wonder if
hot
this
in
is accurate.
2005.
Stands right in front of the door, of course.
Look at him. He's
Loser.
kind of
Those people.
hot.
He's
He's a
like,
good looking dude.
Somebody
Yeah.
comes up and puts $1 in his.
Who's this?
I love that.
Who's this? I don't want to have anything to do
He
with this.
gets
Lady-
off at 49th Street.
This
This
the
is not the station
longest
for 49th Street.
intro. What do we
Now
get
he's
out?
on the BDE.
Now it's
He
raining.
inexplicably gets out at a subway that is not in service because it has
Yeah.
red orbs outside of it.
Look at those
And-
satellite
But
trucks.
this
the
isn't
Late
All
Post
Stars.
Studio. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
this is a different theater.
All right.
And
All
now
right,
he
there
comes
we go.
in smelling like sewage from the East River, the Hudson, the whole New York Bay area,
Yes,
as
pink
well
eye.
as the dirty subway.
And the production whispers in his ear, Jeff, you know there's one more round
That's
of voting,
it.
right?
Yeah. Jeff, you realize that the's another round of voting, so don't reveal those yet. And
There you
also, all the votes blew away on the jet ski.
What if he dropped it? Oh shit!
All right, so final 3 immunity challenge, the old classic hands on the idol thing. Camilla wins the final 3 immunity challenge.
She's winning this, I'm telling you.
Christian impresses the rest of the team.
Who's the team? The crew?
Right. All right, here we go. I think Joe is
think Joe's
voted out
kaput.
here. Yeah. Uh-huh. Here we go. So Joe, you are the last one voted out of Survivor 50. The tribe has spoken. So we have a final 2 of Christian Hubicki and Camilla facing the
Wow.
jury of Aubrey, Charlie.
Oh shit! I'm so stupid. I thought we were at this point. That's why I showed that.
I know, we said
You're-
multiple times that we had one more vote to
I
do.
was so excited to do it.
That's why we kept saying, does anybody have eyes on Jeff? Because we have another vote to go for before we get to this point.
So we have the jury consisting of Aubrey, Charlie, Chrissy, Sari, Dee, Jenna Lewis, Joe, Kyle, and Tiffany. Here we go. I'm gonna bring the window up so it doesn't reveal anything.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right. First vote, Christian. These are votes we want to get.
Yes.
Second vote, Camilla. 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 Christian. Camilla. The 7th vote and the winner of Survivor 50 is Camilla. So Aubrey voted for Camilla, Charlie voted for Camilla, Chrissy voted for Camilla, Sari voted for Camilla, Dee voted for Camilla, Jenna Lewis voted for Camilla, Joe voted for Christian, Kyle voted for Camilla, and Tiffany voted for Christian.
Wow. That's iconic.
Sari wins the fan favorite award.
As she fucking
Of course.
will and should.
Why even have a contest?
Could you imagine if it was like
Jonathan.
Coach wins fan favorite? Riz God.
All right, so there you have it. So just to recap, the boot order of Survivor 50 is
Iconic of hell.
Colby Donaldson, Mike White with a quit, Rick Devens, Genevieve, Emily Flippin, Ozzy, Savannah, Angelina, Coach, Riz God, Jonathan, Stephanie LaGrossa, Q, D, Charlie, Jenna Lewis, Aubrey, Tiffany, Chrissy, Kyle, Sari, Joe, and then the final 2, Christian with the winner, Camilla.
I'm not even mad at that. I know that we're all like, there's a lot of feelings about 3 people from 48, but if they play that game,
Yeah,
I'm fine.
they deserve it. Absolutely. Chrissy won the most challenge wins with 5. Christian won the most immunity wins with 3. Chrissy won the most rewards with 5. Charlie and Christian both received 19 votes cast against them this season.
That's wild. I thought Audrey would have had them, or not Audrey, Aubrey would have had the
I thought
most.
so too.
votes. That would have been so, I don't know.
And the 3 most strategic players of the season were Camilla, Sari, and Christian.
I could see that.
We know
Christian's
who
a little bit of a shock for me on that one, but
we all know who the real winner was.
Chrissy also found the most idols at 2. And
Yeah.
Finley also won America's Favorite House Guest, inexplicably a Big
Aw.
Brother prize.
Yes, a legend
I love it.
in his own right.
Favorite house guest, yeah. All right, so there we have it. There's the Brantsteele for Survivor 50. Honestly, if this is the boot order, like I feel like playing this like makes me a little more hyped for Survivor 50 than I feel like we've been hemming and hawing about the cast. Love this pick of little JoJo. But yeah, I'm a little more on board with this cast. The boot order could go way worse for 50. I think we're really lucky with like Colby and Ozzy and Jonathan and all of them leaving kind of early, but it could happen. It could happen. We'll see.
I would love for casting to have done all this to get all these strong guys, just to have them go out back to back to back in the very beginning. And then everybody at home and on the tribes are like, a big middle finger up to you, Paramount Plus.
Yes.
Just
I
like
love it.
that.
With that
Just like
jingle.
Mott Plus.
I love.
All right.
Um,
Anything else before we wrap up here?
Well, before we go out, can y'all spare 5 minutes
Sure.
For Jesus.
for Jesus? Well, you're gonna need more than 5 for Jesus, but you're gonna want Jesus. We retro my weekly meltdown 10-year anniversary. I'm throwing little nuggets in of old shows. And as time goes on, we'll do more. But the first part is really, really old school clips. I'm not showing the whole thing, okay? Because this is a 12-minute show that I did, and the editing was ridiculous, but the special effects are pretty worse. So this video I'm about to show you guys, back in the early days of my weekly meltdown, before I was covering reality shows, they hadn't started yet, so I had to kind of pull out of my ass. I was covering the Fear of the Walking Dead, Gotham, American Horror Story, all these older shows. And so actually, I didn't start covering Gotham until season 2. I didn't cover season 1. It was actually just a half season because it started in January, and then the full season started in October. So I thought it was season 1, but it's season 2. So to give you a little backstory, I was still playing around with what I wanted to do with this channel. Okay. And I don't mean to brag, but I will. I have a little acting experience. I was so good at acting that I quit before I actually had a career to give everyone else a chance. That's how that's how selfless I
I
am.
believe it 100%. Yeah.
I quit so other actresses could have a chance because I would be exhausted from all the roles. I'd be in everything. I'd be playing twins. It would be a lot. It'd be a lot. So I reenacted a scene. If you're familiar with Gotham, it is the series that was on Fox for, I think it was 5 seasons. And it was the story of a young Jim Gordon and Bruce Wayne. And you meet Bruce Wayne when he's a young teenager and Jim Gordon before he becomes commissioner. And you meet the Riddler and a Joker, not Joker, but the Joker kind of character, and all these people. So, anyway, I thought it would be fun to reenact a scene where Bruce Wayne gets mad at Alfred, his caretaker, and fires him. And Alfred actually packs one suitcase. He has this tiny fucking suitcase. He's been living with this guy. He was all this stuff for Thomas Wayne before Bruce Wayne was born, his father. And he's got a tiny suitcase. It's crazy to me. Anyway, it was so dramatic. So we're just bear with me here. Remember, I could have been nominated for an Oscar. But I had to quit for everyone else. And just give me a company slack for the, dramatics. God dang it. I don't know if I want to show this now that I'm looking at it. Shit. Oh, God. No.
Oh, no.
Well, you watch the whole thing. I'm going to show the beginning, and then I'm going to show the reenactment. Okay? Can you see it?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my weekly meltdown, Gotham episode 2, Knock Knock Breakdown. Thought I'd channel my inner crazy tonight, my inner Harley Quinn and Catwoman. I hope that's okay. This was a great episode. I want to take something back that I said last week. I said last week that I thought the actor that was playing the Joker, not Joker, overdid it, and he didn't. I totally get what he's doing now.
Okay, that's fun.
You know, the Joker or not Joker,
because that's what they called him.
He goes from black to white. There is no gray area with this guy. O'clock time slot. We can't barbecue freaking cheerleaders alive. I love the epic bitch fight between Alfred and Bruce after Alfred goes to town on Bruce's father, Thomas Wayne's PC after he got a load of the guns and the bulletproof vests. He just knew, holy shit, this is all kinds of batshit crazy. No pun intended. This big fight, and Bruce fires him. Which, look, I get it. He's pissed. His parents are dead. This was the last link that he had to his father. And Alfred freaks out and kind of goes crazy, and takes the one little piece away from him that his father kind of left him. So they have an argument. And he's like, okay, get the fuck out. You're fired. I'm done with this. I love the whole scene when Alfred comes in with his little suitcase and umbrella. And he's all like, well, I guess I'm leaving. Yeah, I guess you are because, I fired you. Did you need anything else before I go? Is that all you're taking with you? Not in the world. You have been my life. This is all I have that I can take with me. Okay, bye then. What was that, Master Bruce? Did you need something? No. No, I need you to get the fuck out because I just fired you. Okay, I'll be leaving then.
You need to do these again.
Mm-hmm.
And then they like freaking kiss and make up in the train station, but no, they don't really kiss and make up. That would be a totally different show. But basically, it comes down to look, I forgive you for what you did, Al. I get it, okay, but it was still fucked up, and I'll do whatever you want if you train me to be a man and teach me how to fight and all that stuff.
Don't say anything
I'll do.
else stupid.
And we haven't really. If he's not the freaking Joker.
Oh, gotta go on and on
I
about
don't know
this shit
the
forever.
show. Oh, there's no penguin. There's absolutely no penguin in this episode.
We missed the
And
penguin.
I like the penguin now. I didn't like him that much last year, but I like him this year. I just had a brain fart that year. Anyway, so last year I kind of felt like I was waiting for this show. Like, subscribe to My Weekly Meltdown on Facebook and YouTube. Please follow me on Twitter at Summers SOMM1977. Follow me on Instagram, the period Memphis
I had to explain it.
period darling. I just want to give a couple of shout outs to probably the only 3 people that are really watching this: Jeff, Allison Sislo, and Rodrigo. You guys are like, I think it's just us. I think it is. But that's okay because we don't need anybody else, do we? No. No, really, I do. I love everyone who watches it, and I would love more viewers. And please let me know if this sucks, and please let me know what I can do to make it better. I love doing this. I love talking. It's my most favorite thing in the world to do. So with that being said, I love all of you. I hope you're all happy. I hope you're all doing what you were meant to be doing in this life or in the next. But probably do it now because you'll remember it now because you're in the now. And remember, kids, the monsters are coming. Good night.
I still can't get over how much higher pitch your voice is in these old videos.
Where'd Beth go?
She said in the private chat that her parents were yelling at her to help her move something. So she had to go.
I thought she couldn't take it anymore.
See, Mary says the same thing. You sound so young. Not that you sound
I
old
don't
now.
know why I sounded like I sucked on helium. That's my people-pleasing
I
voice.
think, yeah, I was gonna say, I think you're right about like it's everybody has their. I feel like I speak differently when I'm like shooting a wedding or something like that, or even like podcasting here. You know what I mean? But yeah,
I didn't have the confidence. You gotta think that's almost I wasn't confident like I am now.
Yeah.
Wow. You want to hear something funny and then we'll cut that. I shot that entire episode and loaded it onto my computer because this was before I started editing it on my phone. I dropped my laptop down the stairs in my townhouse and it broke and I couldn't see it or anything to edit it. So I desperately was looking for an app to, and I found Video Shop, which I still use 10 years later.
Yeah.
And I had to reshoot the entire thing. Just think that was a second helping.
This was the polished version, not the raw.
This was after Allison cried, wet herself, and everything else over not being able to get her laptop.
That's funny.
Okay, so yeah, that's just some goodies. Thank God I have a new nose.
So yeah, so we'll be back. Not sure when, but like Big Brother's ramping up pretty soon. So I think that's probably the next time you'll hear from us, unless we do some like off-topic stuff in the meantime. But
we've got to do some more retro stuff.
Yeah. And we are talking about Stranger Things coverage in the fall. I think we're gonna do like one show per season to just refresh our memories before the amazing final season comes. I'm so excited. And yeah, so we got a bunch of things coming down the pipeline too. So thank you guys all for joining us. Thank you for all the engagement in the chat too. If you liked how the Brantsteele went, or if you didn't, let us know in the comments on YouTube. And hey, if you're still listening, give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. We haven't gotten a review in a hot minute, and would just love to see some more love there as well. So thank you guys again for everything, and we will see you when we see you. Sora's just playing with the toy in the background. All right, bye everybody.
Bye-bye.